just doing a quick review for Chucky, the season finale of season 2. So I'd just say it's a okay episode. I'd say it does have a couple of flaws, but it was an okay finale. It wasn't perfect, but it was decent, I guess. We basically get to see Glenn and Glenda end back up in Glendale, but I guess they named it GG now because I guess was it Glenn who was dying, so Glenda wanted to sneak inside the hospital without having to check in or anything. Like, just a lot of the hospital flaws where they're able to go inside the hospital without even having to check in or anything, and the way how flipping Tiffany sneaks in, I'm just like, what the hell? Like, that whole hospital scene was kind of a joke to me. I mean, even that cop, like, he was stupid too. Like, he literally had Tiffany at gunpoint, but he somehow gets hit by the vase. Like, my god, man. He literally even knows what she's planning to do, and he still gets taken out. And then, Glenda gets one last kill on him by using the defibrillators and just burning his whole body or whatever. Yeah. Just that last scene, man. Oh my god. Yeah. And I just don't know what people think about what they've done with Glenn. Like, it's GG now. I don't even know what to do with GG in the future. I mean, calling them GG now, because G stands for Glenn, and then the other G is Glenda. Yeah. I don't know what they'll do with their character now, because I guess they left to England, because they get the accent back and everything. So I guess they want to go to England to explore their roots, whatever. And then as for sorry, Tiffany, she tries to go get the doll so she can end up back in the doll, because I guess, basically Jennifer Tilly's body, basically that's all that's left, and the cops are looking for her, and she'll basically end up suffering consequences if she doesn't end up back in the doll. So that's what she's trying to do, and the same doll that she could actually get herself back into, basically it ends up in the house of Lexi's, so she basically tries to sneak in there at the end. But before then, I guess I'll just say what happens when it comes to the other characters, because they don't really focus on Andy and Kyle. Like, I guess they just, I don't even know, after this, finally try to settle down until Chucky comes back in their lives and tries to kill them. Because right now, Chucky's just focused on trying to kill these kids once and for all, because he's failed these last 2 seasons, so he tries to, like, basically when things are at peace, like, we get to see finally Devon and Jake finally having time with each other, because through most of the season it was like the only time they was together is when something bad's happening, but then when there's nothing happening they're never really together, and have a little argument at first, but then it just finally decide to get along like everyone does. Even Lexi actually has a proper talk with her mother, and this is all at the dinner table. Yeah, the Christmas Eve dinner table, I guess. Yeah, and that's kind of the last night of happiness before Chucky comes and chainsaws the mother in half, like Lexi's mother in half. And then at that point she's just gone like full chainsaw massacre and just kills Chucky. And it seems like that's the final version of Chucky, even though I thought Chucky, like what he did, basically helps him spread all over. So I don't know if I misunderstood that storyline or not, but I don't know. Maybe I'd have to rewatch the episode. Like, before season 3 comes, I'm probably going to rewatch, the first 2 seasons again. Maybe skip some episodes I'm not really a big fan of, but yeah, just because there's a bit of plot that I'm a bit confused of by the end of this season. Like with the teacher, I'm a bit confused with her, because she wasn't really in this season. I remember in season 1, and I guess she suspected Chucky existed at, like, back then, but I guess she's gonna be their new guardian since Lexi's mother gets killed. Because who knows? We actually saw that Lexi's mother actually did have a side of her that was actually good. It's just a lot of the bad. She kind of used that to cope with her losses and stuff. And then, when it looks like Lexi and her mother are finally getting along, because with how her mother was, and even in this episode, it's like she was self-absorbed and stuff, just that kind of thing. But by the end, we kind of see, how she really is. And yeah, I was kind of surprised. And then what to do with the little sister, saying everyone to make up, and then after everything that happens with the mother getting killed, and then Tiffany, they basically surround her, but then that's when the little sister comes and says that she basically says that you're not my real sister and my mother lied to me and Chucky was my real father and stuff. Like all that stuff. I'm kind of mixed with that. It's a bit random. I mean, Tiffany going all the way to their house to steal the doll. To me, that was a bit dumb. Just a lot of the last storylines was a bit dumb to me. But yeah. So she basically has the sister now, Lexi's sister. And I guess Mika's after her. She wants to kill her because of... I mean, she did basically take off flipping Mika's limbs, so... Well, Nika. Yeah, so I guess that's why she'd still want revenge, but is it really that worth it? And then we find out that doll that Tiffany got, Chucky was inside of it, so it kind of made her whole plan to get the doll a waste of time, because it seems like at the very end, you know, Chucky kills Tiffany, but I guess we'll see in the next season, and it looks like my camera's frozen, so can't really do much about that. I mean, is there any other things I should mention before I end the video? I didn't want it to be too long anyway, so it's whatever. If the camera's frozen, I'm just going to take it off. But yeah, I mean, that kill was a bit much. I mean, Chucky had such a small chainsaw and he was able to kill Lexi's mother just like that. Like, my god, it made no sense how he was able to cut her whole body in half with that little chainsaw. Like, my god. And then by the end, they're just showing all the kills throughout the season, but in like a Christmas song. Yeah. Yeah. That was a funny ending. But yeah, I'd say it was a good season. I enjoyed it. It's just, I feel like they spent too much time in that place for the whole season. I mean, yeah. I mean, the storyline was kind of going on me, but that was near the end. And yeah, I just hope we have a better location than next season, since I guess they're going to be with that teacher now. She's going to be their guardian, and she's most likely going to die as well. And I don't know if they'd bring back that character who's in flipping every season and every movie of Chucky. So yeah, because he played as that preacher. He played as Jake's dad. Like, he always keeps coming back, even in the movies like Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. He always played like a character who you will always see again. Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to do that again in season 3, so probably. But yeah, it was an okay season. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Some good episodes, some boring episodes, and maybe 2 great ones, but other than that, yeah, I like the season. I just feel like after season 3, if they're going to make a season 3, I want a movie at this point. They need to do something with like Kyle and Andy. Like they could just like make a movie for them or something, but I just don't know what they'd do. Or at least get another movie for the reboot, even though I know people don't really want to see that, even though there is some fans like me who actually want to see that, like another Chucky movie, but from the Mark Hamill, you know, reboot. Yeah, I'd love to see that. But if not, then I guess I'll just look forward to another season of Chucky, even though it got a bit silly by the end of this season. But yeah, I guess that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Appreciate if you can leave a like, and peace.